manual. All right, so I've got the tractor pulled into the barn here, and we're just getting rainy outside. So we've got the PTO shaft here. I've got everything measured up. I've got the rototiller pretty close to level, and where it's going to be. And this shaft is just too long, and so the manual tells you that you need to cut it. And so I've cut the plastic shielding back here already, and I started to cut this with the Sawzall, but it's pretty obvious that this is not going to work very well while this is attached. The tractor is trying to just do as quick as I could. So I've got another tool that I'm going to show you guys that is going to be super handy for jobs like this. But what I have to do is basically, I measured up where I wanted the guard to end up. I want the guard to just be short of where it's going to bottom out here, and then the shaft sticks out about inch and a half from the end of the guard. So I cut the guard off, and then I just have to cut the shaft off. I have to do the same thing on the other end here. I need to cut the guard back. I've already marked it. Cut the guard back to here, and then I'll cut the shaft back so it just sticks out about inch and a half, 2 inches here. So, but I'm going to take this piece off. We'll get that new tool out, show you guys what it is and what it's all about. Not too bad. This is the newest tool for the farm here, and it cut through these PTO shafts pretty easily. All greasy, but it's a pretty thick steel. I think it's almost like a tube steel that this thing cuts through. And basically, what this is it's an Evolution. It's a compound sliding miter saw. And it comes with a blade. It's actually made in Japan blade. It cuts anything: wood, metal, plastic, wood with nails in it, whatever. So really handy to have around here. That's one of the things that I always have trouble with out here, is being able to cut metal. Of course, I have my Sawzall, but you don't really make great, nice straight cuts with a Sawzall unless you really have something set up. But this thing is actually a British company, this Evolution, and these are this is a really solid tool. It's got full you know, miters and everything. Obviously you can bevel, you can miter 45, I think up to 50 degrees. Well, look at all the advertisements on here. I hope, I'm not sure if these will ever wear off, but it tells you everything you need to know every time you use it right on the saw itself, just kind of plastered with advertisements. But I guess that's all right. It's not a big deal. It looks like these are stickers here, but this stuff, it looks like it's actually, well, that might be a sticker too. So we'll see. I'm sure I'll wear all that crap off here eventually. But this is a really solid saw, and it has the full slide on it. You just loosen it up in the back, and it really has a nice slide. It's really easy. I'm actually just letting go of it. It's on a little bit of an angle. It's got a nice cord holder. It comes with the dust bag as well as a attachment for a dust collection system. It's a 15 amp motor. It sounds really solid. You can hear that from the video though. It's interesting. It kind of, I'll start it up. It starts up kind of slow. Before it gets up to speed. I'm not sure if that's because my power out here at the barn isn't great, or if that's just the way it runs, but it's a solid little saw, that's for sure. It also has this little holder here, and you can kind of set that in the back and tighten it on, and this releases. Sorry to do with one hand, and so you can set this to, you know, kind of hold your material in place, which is really handy. And this actually will go on this side or the other side, depending on how you want to hold things. And one of my favorite things about this saw is it has the laser line. So man, is that handy. It just saves so much time. I can just put a mark on a board, and what I used to have to do is take the blade and set it right down on my mark, and then, you know, adjust things and then take it back down. Now I've got that laser, so I can just take a 2x4, set it in there, line it right up to wherever I want to cut it, and run through it. So this metal blade, like I said earlier, it cuts anything. So it's good for wood with nails in it, which is super handy for all my pallet projects. I'm always cutting through nails with my DeWalt saw when I'm doing pallet projects and screwing the blade up. And so now I can use this and just cut through all that stuff, and who cares if I hit a nail, I'll cut right through them. So that's going to be super handy. So this is just another tool that isn't a necessity on the farm. I mean, I could get by with a Sawzall with a metal blade for cutting metal and things like that, but man, is this thing going to save me so much time and energy out here. I'll probably keep this set up on a table out here at the barn, so I can just use it out here for all my metal and pallet projects and things like that. But this is a great tool. So we'll put a link in the description to this week's tool of the week, which is the Evolution 10-inch compound miter saw, sliding miter saw. Put a link to it. I think they have them on Amazon as well as, of course, from their website. And so we'll link over to that. You guys can check it out. So now that we've got our PTO shaft all cut, it should be to the right length. We're going to put it together, test it all out, make sure it all works and fits properly. And let's get out there and till up some grass. Let's get rid of some yard. Well, that's 2 passes right here. This is where we're gonna plant a line of fruit trees right here next to our wheat patch. And it looks like I've got some weeds in there I need to pull out. But this pretty much is mud. It poured rain yesterday, so but it tore through. I mean, it's no problem. I have it set just to go a couple inches down, and you can see it just took the grass, you know, right off the top. So there's still some in here. I'll have to go over it a couple more times. But basically what I wanted to do in this patch is just tear this grass up, plant our fruit trees, and we're gonna wood chip this whole area here. So we'll have a nice patch of wood chips over here. And yeah, I wish the goats would be quiet. Be quiet. That'll never happen. I might set it a little deeper, and we'll see if we can sink it in a little bit more and tear more of that grass out. I want to get rid of all of it. Here's a patch that didn't get ripped through. Just a little uneven ground here. Down here, it seems to be a little bit looser soil, and this went down and fluffed that up real nice. So again, I'm not going down. I don't want to till in a foot or anything like that. I just want to tear that grass layer off the top. So there's an adjustment on the sled right here, these like skis on each side. It looks like I can just pop that nut out and then adjust this up, and that will allow the tiller to sink in a little bit deeper. So I'm going to try that really fast here and run it through one more pass, maybe two, and see how it goes. We finally have a tiller set up and functioning here, and man, is this going to make light work of so many jobs around here. I've talked about this before, but we plan to kind of eliminate a lot of grass around here. I'd like to get rid of a lot of yard and continue to plant more orchards and more garden space, and expand chicken coops and make maybe a duck area at some point, or more places for goats and all these things. And I just don't need all this grass. I love having a good size yard, decent size yard, but I'd love to just till up a lot of this stuff and plant some useful food for us. Grass really doesn't do anything for us. We can't eat it, and I can't really feed it to the animals. So even in super muddy, clumpy soil, which really isn't, this isn't ideal for tilling. It'd be nice if it were dried out, obviously. This would work a lot better. But still, this thing just powers through it. And you can hear that tractor just muscling through that mud with this thing on here, and it's just awesome. I'm definitely glad I've got a bigger tractor, though. Don't try to hook this thing up behind a smaller tractor for sure. Going through mud or anything like this. I mean, it really does tax that PTO. And but the old Ford 4000, it handles it just fine. So we'll take you guys along in another video. We'll be planting more apple trees and wood chipping. I'll show you where I get wood chips and that whole process. We're going to be using some natural edging along here and stuff like that, and what we use for grass and weed control with our wood chips, and we'll go through all that stuff. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the little episode today. What do you guys think of that saw? That thing is pretty sweet. I'm excited to have that around here. I'm going to set that up on a table in the barn and just have it a good spot where I can just cut anything, cut stuff that I don't want to run through my wood saw. I really like having that slide on there. I've never had a sliding miter saw, so excited about that. But so if you're interested, of course, check out this week's tool of the week. Next week, I think I have an older tool that has been by my side for probably 25 years. I might share with you guys another power tool. But don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, guys. Just reach down, tap thumbs up. It's easy. Just one click. Thumbs up, done. And subscribe to the channel, of course, if this is your first time to the SSL Family Dad channel. Love to have you guys tag along. Man, we are getting to work out here. I'm shooting 3 different videos in one day today. I've got so many things going on, and so look forward to lots of good videos coming out in the next few days to week. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.